practitioner over here. I am also in secretary of a Gulbarga District Tax Practitioner Association. Sir, my question is relating to our federation. In GST, normally in VAT Act we used to do the audit in Karnataka. VAT audit was permitted for the tax practitioners. In the sale tax also, when the VAT GST, there is no powers of audit in GST for the tax practitioners, which the Karnataka government used to give earlier. The Congress government have given for us that permission. In correspondence, this is the small traders, individual and partnership firms, where we used to do the audit of them. Now they has to go for the higher authorities, where their cost will be increases for their services which they provide with the chartered accountants, others, cost accountants. So I request on this platform, sir, please do help the small traders, especially for the individual businessmen and the partnership firms, where we can get the services from us, and it will be helpful for the small dealers to go ahead with the.
Do you think that the GST has simplified your life or
No.
complicated your life?
Complicated.
Right. So let me remind you what the idea of the GST was. The idea of the GST was to simplify your life. And what we find is a GST which I have called Gabbar Singh tax, which has, and there's a reason. There's a reason for it. Because it has actually complicated your life. The Congress party had a concept of a GST. And the concept was very simple. I will in 1 minute explain it. One tax, largest number of items that are used by the common man and poor people to be outside that tax, and one tax capped at 18%. That was our GST. The BJP and the NDA had a long battle with us in Parliament. And we kept telling them that please, for God's sake, do not put this 5-tier GST on India. Please do not put 28% tax on India. And they did not listen to us. Eventually, they passed the GST, and you see the result. Before they passed the GST, Congress President Manmohan Singh ji personally sent Mr. Chidambaram to the Finance Minister with a message. And the message was, dear Mr. Jaitley, whatever you do, we don't agree with you announcing a 5-tier GST, but fine, you have a majority in Parliament, you can bulldoze us in the Lok Sabha, but whatever you do, please do a pilot project. Do not put an untested system on 1.3 billion people. It will be a disaster. Mr. Arun Jaitley's response to us was, Mr. Modi has decided that he is going to do it at midnight on so-and-so day. We said that, please tell Mr. Modi that the systems have not been tested. The websites have not been tested. Please test them, run the systems for 3 months, and then apply the GST. They said no. And that's the result that you get. The reason I'm saying Gabbar Singh tax is because it is at one level, it is structurally flawed, and you have stated that. And at the second level, it is a self-inflicted wound. India did not have to hurt itself with this GST. And the desire to have an event, the desire to make a show of it, has resulted in a flawed GST. Our position is very clear. When we come to power, we will reform the current GST and we will simplify. We will reform the current GST and we will simplify the current GST. We will attempt to make one tax capped at a decent level, and we will try to remove huge amount of confusion that has been caused. On the specifics of it, if you give us the details, we can raise some of these things in Parliament House.